Hello, my name is Kaylee Holt, and my recorder is going to scan my audience. My speech is called Lending a Helping Hand Through Volunteering. When I was 12, my mother told my family and I that we were going to volunteer at a local event that benefited families in needs. At that time, I did not want to volunteer and did not know that volunteering would influence my life someday. Since then, I have volunteered at my church, my college, the Women's Abuse Awareness, the Breast Cancer Awareness, the Center for the Visually Impaired, and many organizations in my community. If anyone wants to know, there is a 3-credit course offered at Eastern Florida State. Through the class, you can find many opportunities in your community. After my speech, my audience will know why to volunteer, where and how to volunteer, and some of the benefits of volunteering. First, I will tell you some of the reasons why you should volunteer. You could be volunteering for a personal gain, such as you need 75 hours to volunteer for your high school diploma. You could be working for a job that requires volunteering service hours on your annual review. Another way that you could volunteer is it looks good on a job or a scholarship application. You could be volunteering for a 4-year university and it looks awesome to have 300 hours of community service on your application with your grades. You could be part of a family that volunteers like me. My aunt is 96 years old and she has been volunteering majority of her life. She influenced my family and I to volunteer. Volunteering is a gift to your community. Many people and animals need your gift of volunteering in your community. University of California, San Diego, some students' involvement. August 5th, 2015, Web 15, November 15. Next, I will tell you some places to volunteer and how to volunteer. Some places you can volunteer is at your church, your college, and some local events in your community. You can go to volunteer.match.org and put in your zip code, and you can find many opportunities to volunteer. Some ways that how you can volunteer is you can volunteer for the elderly, the food bank, the animal shelter. You could give some time or money to an organization of your choice. In the year of 2014, there were 62.8 million people that volunteered. The Labor Bureau of Statistics say on this pie chart that 33.3% volunteers for religion services, 25.1% volunteers for education and youth services, and 14.4% volunteers for community services. Out of those people, 25.3% volunteered over the age of 16 and older. When I was in high school, I adopted a grandmother in my local community. I did not know that I was making a difference in her life until I went to see her twice a month. She was so glad to see my visits because she did not have a lot of people. When I was growing up, my brother and I had to pick an angel off of a Christmas tree. We did not know him or her that we were giving the gift, but we knew that we were making a difference in their Christmas. Have you ever heard of the program called Children Hunger Backpack Program? This program's mission is to put food in a backpack for at-risk elementary students to return to go home with and return back from school. Isn't that sad to have children that doesn't have a lot of food on weekends? Moody Norman Children Hunger Summit highlights needs. Florida Today newspaper, September 15, 2015. We need you to volunteer in your community. Finally, I will tell you some of the benefits that you can benefit from volunteering in your community. From volunteering for an ongoing organization, a person could be personally growth changes in themselves. I am not the same person that I first started volunteering with the Center for the Visually Impaired in 2009. My mission at first was to volunteer for the Center for the Visually Impaired to be a role model for the visually impaired and blind transition students. When they have seen that a visually impaired person can transition in their community successfully, they knew that they could too. Actions Without Borders, the benefits of volunteering, 2015 web, November 2015. Now my purpose is to volunteer to enrich my education as a teacher for the visually impaired. During my volunteering, I was able to determine my career path. A person that has volunteered for an organization can see personal growth changes in themselves, such as patience, responsibility, respect for others, and maturity. A person that's volunteered for a community can learn new work skills such as teamwork, critical thinking, technical and office skills. A person that has volunteered a couple hours a month can make new friends that could last a lifetime. United Way, 4 personal benefits of volunteering, October 2nd, 2012, web, 11 November 2015. In conclusion, I told my audience the reasons why to volunteer, where and how to volunteer, and some of the benefits to volunteer in his or her community. I am so glad that my mom encouraged me to volunteer. Volunteering has helped my life educationally and personally. It has been 14 years and I am still volunteering in my community. Is there any questions?
Yes. What is your favorite organization that you volunteer at?
Well, of course, my favorite organization is the Center for the Visually Impaired, but however, I like volunteering in my community with my friends and family because they make it a lot of fun. Is there any other questions?
Yes. Can a visually impaired or blind person volunteer?
Yes, a visually impaired person can volunteer. However, they need to find a safe organization to volunteer for their independence. Thank you.